Andrew Cuomo. He is the former disgraced governor of New York.
Disgraced former governor.
Yes, I misplaced those adjectives.
Yes, and you also have to say disgrace Andrew Cuomo every time. That's his new first name.
And I am in it to win it.
Disgraced does, because he's not formally disgraced. He's currently disgraced.
Yes.
Maybe permanently disgraced, and former governor. And also the loser in the Democratic primary,
By
now an independent, hoping to gain some ground on Zohran Mamdani now that Eric Adams has dropped out of the race. Sad that Curtis Lewa has said, we've had socialist mayors before, we'll survive, says Lewa. But this is fascinating. Stephanie Ruhle, when Stephanie Ruhle stumps you with a question about donors, you know you have a problem. Stephanie Ruhle, not a populist. Listen, you can be whatever you want. I just remember her from being upset during the 2020 primary when Bernie Sanders said, we've got to work from Main Street, not Park Avenue, or something to that effect. And she took real issue with that because she has friends on Park Avenue. But despite that fact, despite being a class colleague of Andrew Cuomo's, she still was able to stump him with a very basic question.
Your opponent, Zohran Mamdani, believes that Trump is helping you, right? Trump has called Mamdani 100% communist lunatic. And Mamdani says Trump is clearing the path for you, and if elected, you will clear the path for his agenda. What do you say to that?
Let's go back to the word delusional. There is no governor in the United States of America, no elected official, who fought more with Donald Trump than I did. None.
You share a lot of his same donors right now. There are a lot of New Yorkers who are very excited about your campaign, who are also very excited about Donald Trump. Don't tell me that's not true.
Are there New Yorkers who gave money to me and gave money to Donald Trump? Of course. Of course.
Why is that an of course?
Well, why not? If you are a New Yorker, you know Donald Trump, you know me. Many of them would give money to Donald Trump and give money to me. And money.
Why? What do you and Donald Trump
pause it for 1 second. I just want you to this is, first of all, this guy is so effing lazy. The idea that, like, they never sat around and said, like, hey, what if you ever get questioned on why you have the same donor? And let's be clear. She's not talking about somebody who gave $27 from Staten Island to both Donald Trump and Andrew Cuomo. And Cuomo doesn't even have an answer for that, which is a very easy answer. Look, I appeal to a broad swath of New Yorkers, and that's one of my appeals, is that I can reach Donald Trump voters. But he knows in his head that she's not talking about. He can't even pivot to that.
Right.
He knows that she's talking about, like, the billionaires.
Bill Ackman, Ken Langone. I mean, the wife of Carol Lauder, the wife of cosmetics heir Ron Lauder, who tried to unseat to elect Lee Zeldin in 2022.
And it's amazing because he's so guilty in his own mind. He can't even make the obvious, like, politician pivot.
Right.
He's caught dead. He's caught dead to rights.
And he knows he's not on NBC.
Never contemplated how he would answer this question.
Right.
And so he's like, we're both from New York.
And
what?
he'd rather also, I would guess, be talking about this than what has been reported over and over, that they are collaborating and on the phone with one another. Like, she didn't even get to that part yet.
Go back a little bit, because this is really both a testament to how guilty he knows he is about this, that he is helping the same people that Donald Trump helps.
Same cookie jar.
How guilty he is, and how utterly lazy he has been in this campaign. Like, it's one thing to, like, I don't need to, look, I'm not doing the walk around the city. I'll go to a couple of interviews. But I'm also not going to prepare for it.
Right.
I will riff my way out of it.
It's almost like he's entitled
Yorkers who gave money to me and gave money to Donald Trump? Of course. Of course.
Why is that an of course?
Well, why not? If you are a New Yorker, you know Donald Trump, you know me. Many of them would give money to Donald Trump and give money to me. And money.
Why? What do
Makes
you and
perfect
Donald
sense.
Trump share in common?
Sex pests.
We're New Yorkers. They
He's
know
a
me, they
Floridan.
know him.
Yeah, but let's just stay on this, and I don't want to take too much more of your time because I'm surprised by this. You think that something about Donald Trump makes someone give Donald Trump a check and Andrew Cuomo a check. What is that thing that the two of you both share?
I think there are people who know him and people who know me. I think
Yeah,
there
what
is
are those things?
the personal knowledge. He lived here. I live here.
This is just
You may be-
amazing. He can't even pivot in his mind. He knows that she's talking about somebody who literally hands him a huge check.
Yeah.
And he can't even make it as if it was like just people who send in donations online. Like he doesn't, the average voter is so far removed from his mind that he can't even lie about them. And it doesn't even occur to him. There is an easy answer. Like, hey, I appeal to the guy who, does landscaping in Staten Island, and Donald Trump. That's one of my advantages. No, he knows she's talking about the millionaires and billionaires, and
The
he
Hamptons fundraisers.
He can't even contemplate anything else. It's-
Also, the question should then follow up be, okay, Zoran Mamdani is also a New Yorker.
He's literally the only one who isn't a resident of New York City,
Yes,
really.
yeah, right, because Andrew Cuomo's crashing at his daughter's, and Trump doesn't want to step back in New York.
personal knowledge,
Right. So
personal knowledge.
So
Think about what he's saying.
the idea that people are cutting you millions and millions of dollars in checks because you both have lived in the city of Manhattan, maybe at one time,
You got personal knowledge.
city of New York, is laughable.
I represented Bibi Netanyahu. Why wouldn't they?
Nothing more New York than that.
Yeah.
And people who know me. I think
Yeah,
there
what
is
are those things?
the personal knowledge. He lived here. I live here. You may be a friend of Donald Trump. You may know me. You may contribute to him. You may contribute to me.
But are
There's
there?
no similarity.
But why?
As a matter of fact, there is no one no two people have had a more hostile relationship than myself and Mr. Trump. No one had a more hostile relationship as governor and as president. And Mr. Trump's dream would be Mr. Mamdani for two reasons. First, he'd run around the country with a little picture of Mr. Mamdani and say, look at the Democrats. They just elected this commie. First job as mayor of New York. Wants to defund the police, legalize prostitution, legalize shoplifting.
This whole first job thing from a guy who's in the business that his father was in. Like,
Yeah, I mean, also the harping on this like legalized prostitution, decriminalizing sex work. If you were to
It's not on the
ask
platform.
random people if that were like, I'm sorry,
it's not even relevant because he's not running on that.
but it's a good thing. It's also
I
like
agree,
not
yeah.
even controversial. And when we're talking about a race that is centered around the cost of living, and also is about, for the first time, a bunch of progressive voters being able to express their outrage about the genocide in Gaza, and finally have a representative who represents them, including a plurality to a majority of Jewish voters. Like, the issue of decriminalizing sex work, that's what he has to hang his hat on here. And the fact that Trump might use him and wave around a little picture of him, he should. Like, Zoran is an energizing force in the party right now. And like, this dinosaur is making it abundantly clear that he is not the guy.
Let's also be clear. Donald Trump is lying every day in
Yeah.
office. Like, there is nothing he's not going to be able to say. He's not going to say that Andrew Cuomo is a commie. Well, because we know that the president, he's a straight shooter.
Tommy Cuomo.
Come on, this is just so ridiculous. He's just running from the fact that he couldn't even answer this layup of a question. Good.
He's everything that's wrong with the Democratic Party. That's why you need me. Literally, in the midterms, I believe you will lose seats if Mamdani is mayor. And you
That's what
see
Hakeem
the
Jeffries
swing
told me.
Democrats in New York, in the surrounding suburbs, distancing themselves from Mondami.
Okay.
see
So
the New
now,
Jersey-
it's not about New Yorkers at all. It's not about the people that live in the city. He is trying to appeal to wealthy donors again. He's slipping into that mode because it has nothing to do with New York City. It has to do with the suburbs and the midterms. Then who are you talking to there? It's not about improving people's lives materially, a rent freeze, free bus program, expanded kind of social services and childcare. It's about the midterms based on what Andrew Cuomo says.
Are candidates like Andrew Cuomo looking like they're getting a lot of momentum heading into the midterms, or is it more candidates like Zohran Mamdani?
Yeah.
Governor's race, the Democratic candidate distancing. So, number one, he would be political candy for them in the midterm. Number two, it allows Donald Trump to come in, and he himself has already said this, I'm going to take over New York for the good of the people of New York, not with the National Guard. I have to come in and I have to take over because this kid can't protect New Yorkers.
But is that about redemption from
Where I can trust Cuomo.
Yes, I know that he's protecting all of the women in New York, just holding on to them for me.
Hands-on approach.
Yes.
But very hands-on, both hands, palms on. He's now saying in that response, though, he's implying that Trump would be wanting to protect New Yorkers. Did you hear that?
Yes.
Like, no, but like,
Use it as an opportunity to say he can come in.
What is
No,
the justification that Donald Trump has in going into Portland or Chicago or anywhere else? Like, this is all just absurd. The idea that, like, well, Donald Trump's going to take advantage, like, the dude does not say a single word
Right.
about New York City voters.
But he says that Trump's going to have to come in because this kid doesn't know how to protect New Yorkers, where he is once again betraying that ideologically he is on Trump's side about needing
Saying
like
that's
this tough on
he's
crime
saying
approach.
That's what Trump's going to say to the world to justify his coming in.
I don't know. Go back. I mean, I thought that okay.
No, he's trying to do Trump's voice there, but
I would
point
love the
being,
opportunity because Zohran's such a crazy comic.
Yes.
The country will be okay with
as
him going-
opposed to the 7 other cities that I have invaded. He got caught with his pants down and didn't even remember, like, sometimes I take a pee. Like, he had no answer for it.
I know. It's amazing.
Do you want to keep going with him on The View addressing his sexual harassment?
Sure. Let's do that. Just a reminder, $60 million, is that what it is, of our tax dollars that we have paid into New York State went to defend him from over a dozen women who had sexual assault claims against him or sexual harassment claims, some combination. He used that defense money to defend him, our tax dollars, so that he could make money to defend Netanyahu from the International
crimes.
Criminal Court.
Yeah.
But here he is on The View.
Governor, you resigned from the governor's office in 2021 amid a rash of sexual harassment allegations, and you left office apologizing to those women while always denying the most serious accusations. But you've taken a more combative stance lately. You say you regret having resigned, that you're a victim of cancel culture, that the allegations from 13 different women were all politically motivated, and threatened to sue one of your accusers for defamation. Now, you were not criminally charged, but investigators in the DOJ have found the claims credible. So what do you say to voters who have a hard time looking past this?
Yeah, it's a good question. When the report was issued, I said I believed it was politically motivated, and it was. I didn't even know the allegations at that time, right? It was done in a report. I didn't even know who the individuals were. We then spent 5 years. That report went to 5 district attorneys all over the state.
First of all, you do
No
have
one
to
found any.
acknowledge that if you have harassed or assaulted dozens upon dozens of women over the course of decades, it would be difficult to know which ones decided to tell the authorities about
I'll
it.
have to consult my records.
Exactly. I mean, to be fair to him, no one could remember the number of people that he probably was sexually harassing in some form or another. And there's no way for him to know which ones ended up reporting him.
He keeps saying this is politically motivated by the Biden administration. The Biden DOJ was coming at you as a Democrat because he resigned in 2021 and the DOJ concluded that investigation in 2024. So
Also,
the partisanship is non-existent here. You can't just say that.
It came from a lot of people who worked for him.
Yes. Yeah.
And I got news for you. They knew they were not going to be appointed governor in the event that he has to resign in disgrace.
Those were Kathy Hochul plants.
Yes, they're all, on Team Hochul.
I can't think of somebody who's documented, whose
One was a
behavior.
state trooper, for God's sake.
Yes, I can't. I mean, Lindsey Boylan came out and was saying, and the View should invite me on to tell my side of the story, and they should.
Yes.
They should, as one of the most vocal accusers of Andrew Cuomo. But yeah, I mean, it's just incredible to me that he's trying to say this is partisan, and there's no politician I can think of besides maybe Donald Trump where it's been more well documented that he's just a piece of shit. In every interaction to everybody, a bully, a bad guy, a creep to women. Everybody knows this. I've heard just people who interacted with him. I know somebody that interacted with him at a fundraiser and was like, he was super creepy to my wife. I mean, these are stories you hear all across New York City and New York State.
It was an open secret before it came out for years.
He's learned a lot, as you'll hear.
When the report was issued, I said I believed it was politically motivated, and it was. I didn't even know the allegations at that time, right? Oh. It was done in a report. I didn't even know who the individuals were. We then spent 5 years. That report went to 5 district attorneys all over the state. No one found anything. It was then civilly litigated in court, the individual actions for 5 years. That came to nothing. I was dropped from the cases. So nothing came from those allegations. It was a very painful period for me and for my family.
Pause it for a second.
I have 3.
You know what's amazing? You have these over a dozen women. They file these charges. Why would they continue to pursue them after he quits the governorship?
If it's politically
motivated.
Good point.
This is some serious Mossad level stuff. In fact, I would think it was Mossad if Cuomo himself was not actually probably working for the Mossad in trying to protect them
but he has daughters.
From human rights violations at the international
court. By the way, Mossad, I don't even know what that is. Anyway, I'm Barry Weiss. Is he about to say he has daughters? Yeah. I'm going to guess.
Oh, yes.
Oh, because you ejaculated and then it turned out that they were girls, you can sexually harass anybody you want.
I got a license.
You got tails 3 times on the coin flip, and that means that you're not a misogynist.
My point is, in mentioning that I have daughters, is I can name at least 2 women that I come in contact with and have not harassed.
Yeah, father of daughters has never committed any sort of sexual misconduct.
Well,
from those allegations. It was a very painful period for me and for my family. I have 3 young daughters.
Okay.
30, 28, not that young anymore. But it was a very painful experience for my family.
To find out that I was such a shit.
I did say if I offended anyone in any way, I didn't mean it. And I learned a lesson, a painful lesson.
Yeah, if, for instance, per one of Lindsey Boylan's accusation, he said that I would try to mount you too after a dog went up on her leg.
Well,
If I offended you with that, it's just because I'm Italiano.
If that's offensive, I'm sorry. I just want to say for those of you in the office that I have said that to, if that was problematic in any way, I'm sorry. I had no idea.
I had no idea honking your ass.
Okay.
Dozens
was
of aides.
Lesson learned. Okay, move on to the next one.
Also, you can't say I learned a lesson when just spending 2 minutes denying you ever did anything wrong.
I learned a lesson that women are all vultures and they are coming to get you under every circumstance. I learned that lesson.
Yeah, Anna Rush. This is just from his Wikipedia. In early March 2021, a third person, Anna Rush, a member of the Obama administration, later served on Joe Biden's presidential campaign, said that when they were speaking at a wedding reception, Cuomo put a hand on her back, that she removed it, and that he placed her hands on her cheeks and asked if he could kiss her. Look, I'm sorry if I offended.
Okay, all right. Okay, lesson learned. Second lesson. I've learned many. This has been a very good learning experience.
This is
If I
Siciliano.
offended anyone in any way, I didn't mean it.
Sexually.
And I learned a lesson, a painful lesson, which is
Sounds like it.
to be much more cautious about everything you say, any joke, any comment.
Any hug.
I won't kiss a person on the cheek unless they initiate a kiss. So it taught me a lesson just to be super cautious, because there is a sensitivity that has evolved. That is real. If
Uptight
people
bitches.
feel it, it's true.
This is, I'll tell you, that's what's sort of like the inescapable. There's a sensitivity that has evolved, as opposed to society no longer. Well, I should say society is not as vicious towards women who report this, or society has matured to the point where we realize sexism is not legitimate. Instead, from his perspective, like, all of a sudden, women are sensitive about this.
Oh.
Used to be we could go in there and say nice yams, and everybody would be like, oh, thank you. It just so happened they were your secretary, and they would. But now the women are sensitive, and so lesson learned.
On March.
It's their fault. That's my point. It's their fault.
It's their fault.
Maybe if they didn't grow the sensitivity, everything would be fine.
I didn't do anything, but it's their fault.
March 11, 2021, the Times Union of Albany reported that Brittany Camiso said Cuomo called her to his mansion, reached under her blouse, and fondled her.
Okay, now if I do that in 2002, everybody is happy. But instead, people grew sensitive.
I've adjusted to that
And
now.
now I've adjusted. I do not put my hand up the skirt of people who work for me unless they initiate it. That is what I've also learned.
Oh, the blouse is off limits now. Okay.
Okay, I guess we're sensitive.
I missed the memo.
I did not keep up with my subscription to what we're sensitive about now. Unbelievable. This guy has no shame.
I mean, and saying it
Genuinely.
on a show with a bunch of women as they sit here and have to listen to that guy.
It's so funny that they went after Mom Donnie as the rich kid.
Oh, I forgot about this one.
It's just this list like Nepo babies just grabbing asses, running the laziest campaign. I've never seen so many exhibited personality traits of a rich kid in one person.
The unarmed state trooper, you remember that? Cuomo met the state trooper in November 2017 and lobbied to hire her as part of his security detail, despite her not satisfying the requirements for the post. She was indeed hired, and Cuomo later inappropriately touched her stomach and back.
Lesson learned.
And made comments.
Back in the 90s, your state troopers were not sensitive to having them touched.
If you didn't want to be touched, maybe you shouldn't be a woman state trooper. When did we start letting that happen?
It's a chain of command.
Why do you call yourself a trooper if you're not being a trooper about it? Okay, so lesson learned.
You don't have you're a little too sensitive to be serving in the state police.
Doesn't sound like you're a trooper.
Are you up for the
after all.
job?
Okay.
Yeah. Hegseth made some good points about the feminization of our troops and police force.
It really is amazing that nobody on The View said, oh, wait, excuse me, things got more sensitive, or?
I mean, they were more respectful of that reaction than they were to when they were harassing Zoran Mamdani about things he's never said about Israel-Palestine.
Well, at least we got the answer to what him and Trump have in common.
Oh,
Yeah, there we go.
Basically everything. Yeah. I mean, he's blue Trump. If anybody's blue Trump, it's Andrew Cuomo.
Excuse me, he what?
Hey, folks, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and check out our daily show. We do it every day at 12 p.m. Eastern for about 2.5 hours. We even take phone calls. You should check that out.